I heard about that since from Basse that cattle is being sold. So I also decided that I should go to Karulai.
You did not. That's not what you said earlier. What you said earlier, and in your statement, is that you were coming to Kombo, and on the way you heard that cattle is being sold in Kanilai, so you decided to pass by Kanilai on your way to Kombo. Now you're saying that from the get-go in Basse, you have to wait for the question to be translated. From the get-go in Basse, your intention was to stop at Kanilai before coming to Banjul.
Follow ema wopo follow men wala kabari bonan Basse o you are ina le go do yaje molbe kat ni sol sambanga wala ko badu fana ngata je ngajibe ba sa men fo ka wala nyenti ko ida na kanila le pour kanin sol le si wako jibe abe akata nyame
hani ndeko kabin tata je abe kono le mputa jonsonoto ngaje ni sol benala ko mbatu ngata kanila jube birin tata je ngetar sansan kono ngani ngatari benin suwa fola ngaju bero da mata ngatari benin suwa fola mfaranta ta kafuima ndate tar benin suwa fola.
No, it was my plan was to go to Kanilai and see the place, but it was a coincidence that when I went there, I saw people buying and selling cattle. So I also mixed with them and also became part of the process.
Mr. Kuala, I just want you to tell us which is which. Did you leave Basse to come to Banjul and then decided to pass by Kanilai on the way when you saw people leaving Kanilai with cattle? Or did you leave Basse with the intention to go to Kanilai because you knew the sales were taking place?
Kabari kabana you are Basse. E habo muntinun kata Kanilai plan de kata Kanilai bang. O kabari na Kanilai jodo ye mo la je nin so be buwa wala sambaje. Mukuma jwale nyantalo.
Ko nakibaro mo birim Basse.
I heard this news since I was in Basse before coming. While I was in Basse.
Birin nata Kanilai Johnson.
When I came up to the Johnson, I saw some cattle put in big lorries and then moving out of Kanilai going towards. And that was exactly the reason why I coughed and went inside Kanilai.
So what you're stating here actually even contradicts your statement. Because no, you can. So in your statement, you said that in one of the towns on the way, that is where you heard that the sale was taking place. Now you are telling us that you heard about the sales in Basse. Which is which? Which one do you want the committee to?
Kuma fula sa wala pintitana polo yiko kabri basele ya moy ko ninsi wa ko be kanilla bari kuma no ko kabri be na kan silo kan ya moy ko ninsi wa ko be kanilla min kuma mala nyanta lola sa
men nyanta lola men ben na statement o kono.
So take the one on my statement, that one should stand. The one on my statement should stand.
You want us now to take that it is on the way you learned that the sales were taking place.
So, yes.
So why did you tell us that you learned about the sales in Basse?
That's how I put it.
You need to give us a better answer for that question.
Then
what I put in my statement is what is the truth.
And what did you put in your statement?
Statement
wala mu ñindi ko kafo bir nata kanilay otumo ngaje min sol bitala nata na so.
But when I came up to Kanilai, I saw cattle going out. Then when I also branched and went.
You know what? That is not what's in your statement, Mr. Kora.
Statement Mr. Kora.
What's in your statement? I'm going to read it out. It says, I overheard in one of the towns that there was cattle sale taking place in Kanilai. Out of curiosity, I decided to go there to see for myself. This is different from what you just said.
But I heard that's what I also repeated.
Ninko sate kono pa be jele ngamo jele.
So it means in Basse because I know.
So in one of the towns you're referring to Basse, from between Basse and
yes, I was referring to Basse.
Who in Basse?
Because that's where I came from.
Who in Basse informed you about the sales?
Jimale ite kalamutandi nyina Basse konola. I just heard people saying it.
People where? Who are these people?
People were just saying it on the road.
So people on the road in Basse were just randomly talking about sales of cattle being taking place in Kanilai.
So itekaya moy la molla tendro bafala ko watro be kekan Kanilai. Yes, I heard people say it.
Are you sure about this, Mr. Kora?
Felato kuma kamala la Mr. Kora.
Kafu ngamoy molle.
Kafu ya moy molle.
Ngamoy moy la moy molle. I'm sure that.
Yes.
Mr. Kora, these sales were not advertised.
Mr. Kora, ni watro man kankula.
They were not announced on TV.
Man kankula teleto.
They were not announced on the radio.
Man kankula radio to.
It was not published in the newspaper.
And the marking in the severe kai told.
So how is it possible that people in Basse all knew about the sales taking place in Kanilai to the point where it was being discussed in the street?
What a Basse ko bimbe nyim kuma kam moyla nyaare fani fo silo kam molbe tarra nyim fola. I really do not know, but that's where I heard it.
Mr. Kora, I think you did actually learn about the sales.
Mr. Kora, ngamere ya watro nyim kala mutale.
But you did not learn about it randomly in the street.
Bari imamo isilo kande. Ye kalmutandala. I heard it on the road because I've already sworn to the Quran. Because I have a shop along the road. It's not far from the market, the garage.
So that's it. You heard it in the garage from people.
So yes, I heard people talking about it.
Did you try to confirm from other people, or did you just? Was it then that you decided to get into your car and drive to Kanilai?
No, I made no confirmation. I made no confirmation. I just entered my car, and while I was coming, I saw these cattle. Then I also took a turn, and then branch to Kanilai.
So you made the decision at the junction, not before you left Basse.
So okay, itela decision pour ka fo be ta Kanilai wo keta Johnson Holt amanke Basse. Yes, I made the decision at the junction, but I heard the news from Basse.
But you did not try to confirm the news you heard in Basse, did you?
Bari man kibaro nyim confirm dankene yandi kabribe Basse. No, because then I was on the road coming.
Mr. Kora, you mentioned that you had given several interviews and at some point you had to stop because you did not want to contradict yourself.
Mr. Kora, ya info ya interview Jamal leke a fo tata fo watele iko ebel etel interview kala ko de kati malla fi yefang jahasendi.
Yalo hakilo lum kumo ke nyidin kan. Is it?
Yes, that's true because when you have been asked over and over about something,
is it because you do not want to give one true account of the events that happened regarding the sales and your presence there? That is why you feel that you're contradicting yourself like you have done here today?
For asikeno nyindi ko imalla fi katonya fo kuma kangole memfanga yalon ko aketa ko nyin kono la wodelilo yatina ibe tani nakan bi ni nyindo fo soma nyimfo comme bi menketa jambi
ani o make.
No, that's not the case.
Ngafandi afu je o make ndi bari kamo nyini ka wati kumola. Is it?
No, it's not because I was going to lie, but because to be asked about something over and over, one thing over and over, that is why I had to stop.
Well, if you're giving the same version of events at all times, I don't think you should be scared of contradicting yourself. All versions are true.
Ni ayatar kuma kan me yalon ko aketa andu yalon ko wala mutonyat hanni ayatar ko yo wo sen kan da mamer wonyante silalade
handi amanke kafo ko ngamen fo wote kala toñade bari man la fi diya mo ñine la bakel ma tay mu soto.
Not because I don't want what happened to be said, but because I just don't have the time to be repeating over and over an issue.
At first, you said you didn't want to contradict yourself before the break. You said you didn't want to contradict yourself. That is why you had to stop giving the interviews. Now you're saying that you do not have time. That is why you stopped giving the interview.
Janim betala break la eko emalla fi yefang contradict wala tina ya ko interview news so yefang so wala tina ya interview stop. But saying tem ko danke eko eman wato la soto.
Yo wala mo beti me pour kana wa ite bina wala ken din ko say akanyanta.
Yeah, that's all part of that because one is coming from this direction, the other is coming, another is coming. This is why I said I had to stop it.
Well, you only came from one direction, from Basse to Banjul, stopped by Kanilai, but you've contradicted yourself quite the number of times. Just on your direction from what your intentions were when you were leaving Basse.
Barita bada nam fanna kilina dinkira kilina to wala mbaseti pour kata kanilay baru kono la kawo fo yefan so jamal le ko nyin kon la well
I'm waiting for an answer.
Nde la jabiro le batukanda
wala ken di manso ni diabu jamala.
That is why I don't want this thing to be repeated all over and over.
Very well. Mr. Kora, do you remember having an interview with Gambia Talents TV?
Mr. Kora, fi hakilo baka ning television bunda do kacha soto menke de Gambia Talents TV. Yes.
You remember?
Hakilo baka.
Inata ya di diamuta.
Yes, they came to my home and I had a chat with them.
Can you look at the screen before you, the TV, and confirm whether that's you?
Is it television? Yeah, for Petelam Yindiba.
You're very nice, Haftan.
I can have time when I step back.
Mr. Kora, in this interview, we will play it so you can listen to what you were saying.
So play
Do you remember telling the interviewer or the journalist on this day that you heard about the sale of the cattle on the radio?
I had to go Ninkar Lai, Nin Dinkirato, ya Ninsol Awakro Rajol.
Yalon tel Ninko news, nga a news wo moy. ngaro sutiyande aradio la kafo nga akibaro moy.
You know, when we say I heard it in the news, it is not related to the radio.
Wala ken ko nga akibaro moy.
That is why I said I heard the news.
Ay ninin kan kay ko ha nga akibaro moy atodu mo la ni ko kibaro nga mo.
He asked me and I said yes, I heard the news.
So you told the journalist that you heard it in the news.
Ha kay nga kibaro.
Eko journalist ko yakibaro ni moy kibar newslet.
Ha.
That you heard it on the news, which is the radio.
Ha kay ko nga moy newslet. Yena ko mo fam ni nga aradio fo je ngo ko bari nga akibaro moy.
Yes, I said I heard it in the news. If I said a radio, then it means I heard it. That is why I related it to the radio. But actually, I heard it in the news. From people.
How can you hear the news on the radio from people, Mr. Kwara?
Radio to Mr. Kwara.
Na molle bafo ka kafo ko koy ko kan life ibe ibafo la kan life robe ke kanje ibe yala fengal wafula na moy wolle.
People were saying it that in Canada they are selling Janne's properties. That is why I heard this.
So property is not cattle.
And wolum cattle ti wolum ni.
You have to wait for the question to be translated to you, or do you want us to speak English?
Okay, honey. Afai nin so fada be fengal ko wolum nin so.
Yes, the couples, because couples are also part of those things, assets.
So, Mr. Kora, why exactly did you hear the news, and why did you tell the journalist you heard it on the radio?
So, Mr. Kora, ite fanga yain kibaro mo minto. Ando munati ne ko journalist ko ngamo radio.
Ko ngamo basele base.
I heard it from Basse.
Ngamo mo la gene ka ko
from people
mo la ngamo news.
I heard the news in Basse from people there.
So, Mr. Kora, let's just play the video. I think.
A video you played, huh?
Okay.
Technical, can you please?
Okay, technical.
Play the video.
Play. Revise it. I missed that.
So, technical, can you please start the video again so that it can be translated for the record?
I did not get it. I thought I was waiting for the man. Actually, I was not listening to the woman.
So, can you please start the video again so the interpreter can interpret both the questions being answered?
You heard Dr. Ismail Sise alleging that you were also part of the people who bought the assets of the former president. So we want to know whether you also purchased any cattle or anything from Kanilai.
Sorry, please don't answer the questions. We're playing the video. Sorry, turn off your mic, please.
Ela mic off. Ela mic off.
It's fine.
No. For the record. I listen to the radio. I was here and I heard from the radio and that there will be sales at Kanilai, sales of cattle at Kanilai. Sorry? Sales of Yamas cattle at Kanilai. So because I had long wish to visit Kanilai, so I also got prepared.
Thank you, technical. We can stop here for the time being. Mr. Kora, you listen to yourself. Turn the mic on, please, and wait for the interpretation. Like I said before, you've listened to yourself, the video. You heard what you said. What is your reaction now? Which do you wish to change your answer? What are you going by? Because here you clearly stated that you heard the advertisement of the sale on the radio. Which is not possible because the sale was never advertised.
And the woman possible what I said here in this hall, that's the truth.
So we can now say that what you told the journalist in this video is false.
Woto insinying londiko yamem fanyin journalist woman sort. Yes.
Mr. Kora, why did you decide to go on the media to speak false truth?
Woto Mr. Kora, what about in Evetala teleto, Evetala Sila teleto, Kafem for members?
Gamin from Balanta Bende, Nina, Yin Karaoke. Is he confusing the EFM for Manyam?
That's what I refused initially. When they come ask you, eventually they confuse you to say something that you might not even be aware of.
So, Mr. Kora, are you saying the journalist walked into your house, requested for an interview, and immediately when the interview started, they confused you to the point where you gave them false information?
Mr. Kora, feba fo kanako journalist so nat dong afutete kang aye nyinin ka kuma kan aye confusing aye hakilo jahasen.
Ha ila diamolu because ngamem fo jang wolo mu toñati.
Yes, the way they talk, but what I said here, that's the truth.
Kibaro, we can tell you Kibaro, Jama Ikra, Niba for the Moisa for Ngamo no news, no Ngamo Yarajoto.
If you talk about news, mostly we would say we heard it in the radio.
You know, the issue here is that there was no news about the sale of cattle.
Here, kibar manfinti
so it was not advertised at all anywhere.
Among advertised dulato.
So you cannot say that you are associating what you heard with the news.
What ita fola ko yemme ibo katandle kibarol.
It's not possible.
What a kenola.
You can answer.
I heard from people.
That
is why I said news.
So people around you in Basse form part of the news.
Wolkonon dabe kibar janjangol kono janjan nal kono
balo yamu nyamende ngafo nyamembe garaso sile tambito sitambile montari beninsi wafo
I really don't know how they heard it, but I heard it from them.
Mr. Kora, now if you can tell a journalist or a media house and grant an interview and tell them things that are not true, how is this committee supposed to believe that what you have said here today is true?
Mr. Kora, nite journalist ol kumandi yakuma kon fe me yalo ko aman sabati sai bi nyin committee be lano le kala ko kuma kon la nyaadi le kotanke
ndema jodi sol kuma ndi fawon laate fanyi bari ngam fo janga alquran takki wala wala poti memu kuso dore.
I did not call any journalists, they came by themselves. But what I said here, because I'm being sworn to the Quran, so what I said here is what stands. That is the truth.
So because you did not invite the journalists, they came to you for an interview. That is why you thought you should tell them things that are not true, and then what you're saying to this committee is true because you're holding or you held the Quran and to
Kako journalist oli ye fang invite ikanne ite me kumandi telle naate te kan yakumo isa kumol fone and yana nyin committee fananka yal Quran wot ye kal Quran wota ye kalala wala ba tin ko isa kuma fo jang men sorta wodo to men man sota.
Aha.
Yes.
So is it that if you don't give oath, whatever you say is not true, and it's when you take an oath that is when you speak truth?
So kama ga ni ete kalindile ebe fem fola men sorta wala ni te man ni mete kalindi jong wote ete fem fola men sorta.
Ha ato ngani fole ngamen fo yen kalindi ngamen fo wala mu koti men sorta.
What I said here, I'm being sworn to it, and that is the truth.
Mr. Kora, you've taken an oath earlier today, but you've still contradicted yourself so many times.
Mr. Kora, ye kalile bi bari obe ye fan so ku jamal leke jam.
It seems like taking an oath does not even stop you from saying false truth.
Akamunta hanu o kalio be kola o matin nal ko o fan so sul manda.
I'm waiting for an answer.
Ako ukaliyo be kola.
Akamunta o kalio be kola o matin na ko kuma kan fotela kumol kono mel manke to nyaatu.
Kabri mon kali
Jang.
Nan kali men na nko le lota wala ngamen fo woto wala mu.
That's what I said. I said what I've been sworn to, because I've been sworn to here. So what I said here, that's the truth.
And my question is, you've contradicted yourself so many times here today.
Which one do you so hani jam from B? Ye fan so ku jamal la fajang. B wa ko nyin kumado. Nyindo e ko nyindo. Ta entelbe la le muna fangala.
Ngamen fo nakay toto wala mu sueta wala mu nak.
What I said in my statement, I'm being sworn to that, and that is the truth.
Well, Mr. Kora, there's another video we have for you that we are going to play, and you can listen. It's a video of you granting an interview to another media house.
Mr. Kora, video do fanan sote jang men ya interview di media house do fanan na e ka fa ker fatu so wotom bo fanan play pro ya moy. Thank you very much. One day I was just sitting and I heard about the sales of Jagne assets. I heard in the news that they are going to auction his assets, cutting, but whoever has interest in them, you can go there. When Mama heard that, and the day was due, I arrived there and I heard the bailiff announcing. When the day was due, I also went there because before the day I had the desire to go to Kanilai to see the place. Because when I left there, it was not in good faith. So to go back there to thank God with praises and thanks to God, Wish and desire. You say that you did not live there in good faith. I was captured and brought there. Your name is Pa Silva Omar Khan Basse. During Jagne time. Yes. Incarceration for 9 months.
All right, thank you very much, Technical. We can stop there for the time being. Mr. Kora, it seems that the only thing that is consistent in your statement throughout your interviews and your testimony here is your desire, is the desire you had to visit Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, akamunta kumakon me yalo ko agato nyata be sabatiri la kumakon le beto. Wala me ila nganyo puruka Kanilai je. Yes, I had that desire to see Kanilai.
And it's the only thing that is consistent in the answers you have given.
And mala fanan kita fendi men sabatita jabirul beto yamendi.
And the fact that you heard this news again, or the news about the sales in the radio, or on the radio. You've granted 2 interviews, and in both occasions you have stated that you heard about the sale of the cattle on the news.
And in kumakang fanantar sabatari ni da kono ko ya kumakang ni moy ya watiro ni moy kibarol. Ka ya interview fuladi ya nyim foje ko ya kibaro ni moy watiro ni moy kibarol let.
Ndeli kibaro ngake newslet. Ni dum kibaro
Have you answered the question?
Yes.
I did not get the answer.
He said for us we associate kibaro to news, and that is more related to radio. Yes.
If you say kibaro, that is wrong. That does not radio with television is just information. It's general information. So when we say kibaro, it's general information.
Yeah. General information.
Okay, let's play the radio. The video again, because from what it seems from what was translated from the video, he does mention the radio. But let's just play it again to confirm. Technically, you can play the video.
Yes, I was sitting and I heard it in the news that Jane's assets and cattle would be sold, and around this time I heard the bailiff, and he mentioned bailiff, announcing court bailiff, making the announcement, and I had the desire to visit Kanilai. So when the day was due, then I also got prepared to go there.
So, Mr. Kora, now that the video has been played again, we've added another facet to the numerous ways you learned about the sale.
Mr. Kora, sign video fanan to kotenke, kuma kando fanan nata fin kuto nata fin tije, men ya iko ya kibaro nyimoy nyamen. The information.
I feel like after you've now mentioned that you had news from general public in the garage that your shop is located.
Yes.
Now you've added the bailiff. What else is missing?
From what you said that you heard from general information. Sorry. Comme ya men fonu iko ya mai general information mol ba fo kan ko waturo be ke kan kanila sa ko be ba ko kan beli fanam ba ko beli fanam be wa furo la ji. Yes, I heard that bailiff during this information through this information I heard that bailiff would be conducting the sales.
Ni aje modo ba ko kono pour ka wo be sa ta kumo kono malla fika kumo le jampan.
I just want to shorten the narration. That is why what I heard was that the bailiff was going to conduct the sales.
You know, Mr. Kora, it is not for you to decide whether the narration should be shortened or should be lengthened.
Mr. Kora, amanke tela duno kan di purka afo fo ibe kuma kan mendi le nyanta suende wala nyanta jamfandi.
You said that you randomly heard or learned about the sales from people in Basse.
Eko amoy la moy mulba fo kan ko watro be ke kan Basse kono ya moy je.
Now you've stated that you heard an announcement.
Sai ko ya nyuso kibaro moy.
That the sales, the cattle belonging to the former president were going to be sold in Kanilai and would be sold by the sheriff and his bailiff.
Ya kankularo moy ko former president Jammeh nin solo ibe wafila annum bailiff le be wafila.
Wala mu kibaroti.
That is the information.
Where did you learn about this news, Mr. Kora?
Well, I heard it from Basse.
Mr. Kora, the committee wants a specific answer.
Mr. Kora, committee sulatek answer killing.
I'm going to repeat myself again. This sale was never advertised. It was not advertised on the radio, on the TV, the newspapers, or even posted on the internet. So it is not information that any random person on the street would have.
So
so where did you learn about this?
I heard from Basse.
Randomly like that?
Yes. By my shop, I heard people as they pass by.
Basse must be a special place, Mr. Kora.
What a Basse black
people in Combo.
My shop is by the garage. I don't know how they got to hear it, but that's where I heard it.
And just like that, people around the country do not know about the sales, but just like that, in all the way in Basse, you randomly learned about the sale of cattle that was not advertised.
Bangola fanna kotong handla kilim mamoy basele ya moy tendrong kafako for me, I from there, and while by the time I got to the junction, I saw cattle being moved.
Honorable Chair, at this point, I will hand over the witness to the committee.
Thank you very much. Members, Bismillah. Can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Chair Baraka.
Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
I want you to please clear me here.
Left a young Marco Young. Kain Blasenian.
The interview that you just shown you now,
Yani interview me yitandi la ten.
Ani la kuma with your words from between you and then the council, which one is the correct one?
And ani ilte kuma ko me yitandi bi lead council la jang. Muna mutonyat nyini float.
Nga me yitala jang wala mutonyat.
What I said here is the truth.
Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
You said you went to Kanilai for a purpose.
Ekietata Kanilai kula la.
What's that?
What is that?
Wala mukataje jube. Kajeje.
To see the place.
Why didn't you go there before the sales of the cattle?
Mune ati ne mantaje janne ninso la wako.
Ahadi wotuma omanko ima ba mo jama mo fe mammo lonje mo jamaati.
Then I had no interest going there because I do not know anybody there and there won't be many people around. It's not safe for me. Thank you.
Did he mention the word it's not safe for me or what? Yeah. Mr. Kora, why was it not safe for you?
I'm a politician. People know me.
But by then, Kanilai was under whose control?
But what Kanilai be Jimal le Kotonu? It was under the military by the time I went there.
Under which government?
Mansakundajima. This current government.
Is it the coalition government or the MPP government?
No, coalition
government. Then there was coalition.
In which you were a very strong member.
And woto dunite mo kuma balti mo bambandi balti wo kono. Yes, I was part of it.
Then why were you fearing to go to Kanilai?
Then mune eti sila katawo dula to Kanilai. I was as a politician going there alone to go and roam the place. I was afraid.
But Mr. Kora, with that big crowd, I think it was more dangerous than you going there without the crowd.
But Mr. Kora, waka fo kono la femalo wala dangerous ta dina yata ni idamala.
Hani ndefe nyine ko de bawo mo jamale bije ngamo jamale tarje mo jamale bije.
No,
for
me in that crowd it is safer than going there when there was no such thing.
But you say that the first day you went back home because it was not safe for you.
But iko lum follow I murtale kati ko blani man safe. Yes, I said they were angry. They got angry because of the price I gave to this man. Then I left.
Mr. Kora, coming back to the price issue.
Kana ya price mendi.
According to you,
say
the first day you arrived, you went down Kanilai, you came back and you were standing outside the barbed wire based on your statement. And you heard Mr. Jaro announcing the sales of cattle. And he gave a price of $5,000. And you objected to it. You objected to it.
And ite balanta wo ite la balango yitandi wo dulato.
After the minute, what happened?
Kabru wo keta mune natake wo kola.
Kabru keta kabru ngo fae asonta wodale ay kaito ta ngaja asafe atata.
When I heard that, when I told him the next thing, then he agreed with that, and I saw him wrote on the paper and left.
The paper was meant for who?
O kaito wo kurjima.
No, animbe bedi so la firola.
The one he was dealing with on the pricing.
Mr. Kora, was he announcing the price based on bidding form when he announced people bid, or was he announcing on a price and people buy immediately when he announced?
For abe kanku price o men kankulakan. For naya fole bang molka bid bang kom nin do price jodi wala po na ko damen to do mulka sa wonotel.
Nde nyala ay nin da.
In my presence, he mentioned this price. That was the time I called him and told him that what you have priced, 5,000 is too small, make it 12. Then he went back to them.
But when he went back, what was he announcing?
I believe it is this price that they agreed on because I have not had any other pricing.
So he was saying at the $12,000.
Yes, I heard that because I saw him wrote it.
So there was no, it was not an open tender where people price give up.
Oda manke komi open tender me yalon ko molbe ifan sum price di kay sa sanno damen.
Ani molbe price of kan na tata je na menja safo nyindu asinante ka safo nyindu.
He was bargaining with people, then sometimes he will come to me and then ask me how about this one.
Mr. Kora, what was your distance between you and Aliu Jalo?
Etaning Aliu tema monemal relationship monemal
distance.
Sorry, the distance you said. It's just like we were outside the fence and they were inside the fence. Barbed wire fence.
But Aliu said that you were the one helping him in pricing.
But Aliu ya kuma kama memfoja wala mitele ba mako kam price o Kenya. That's why I said this price that I've given him. That's why I gave him.
Then you spend more time there than the time you stay in your report.
Sorry?
You spend more time with Aliu than the time you stay in your report.
Woto etani Aliu ya wako menke wala siyata tina ya wako men konto itandi ila report over ila statement over.
Honey,
no, I did not spend long time there.
Mr. Kora, you arrived at 1 o'clock.
Mr. Kora, you
went around to look at Kanilai. And you know Kanilai is very big. From the mosque go to then you came back again. You stood and you were listening to Aliu Jalo. Ali was announcing the sales. Within 3 hours, you went home. Was that? What, can you please give us elaborate more on that?
How I told you, that's how it is.
See, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
When it comes to the sale of these cattle, you said you were there with your driver. From Basse, you branch up with your driver. Somebody else inside the vehicle. But you cannot really call this name of your driver.
But email driver
For how long have you been working with your driver?
Honey, I'm a man. Driver will be 1 month to care, don't get 3 months.
Some drivers would be with you for 1 month. But why I forgot about him, forgot his name, his surname.
Was it Musa So?
For Musa Solamba. I really forgot.
But so didn't come to your mind to say it was Musa So.
But so many hakilola.
Askeno Musa.
Oh, Musa Sugo.
Musa
Sugo.
Ani.
Musa So.
Ani. Musa. Ani. What? Ninatal.
Huh?
I forgot.
Do you know Amanda? Do you know Abubakar Kora?
Yeah, Abubakar Kora.
Abubakar B. Kora, do you know him?
Abubakar B. Kora.
Abubakar Kora.
Abubakar B. Kora.
Abubakar Kora.
What is your relationship with Abubakar B. Kora?
Abubakar Kora.
Abubakar Kora dente munela.
ndo malo mun den da fala Bubakar ko
He is my brother. We share the
what kind
same
of business is he
father.
doing?
Bubakar mantar jande Bubakar be janale atabe jaman le
Bubakar is in Germany.
He was not here doing the sales.
no
Famantarja wafiro la watu.
no
Mr. Kora, before engaging with Aliu Jallow, did you ever meet before him?
For Aliu Jallow, enena abental enena nyolo na janni wafiro be kalama.
do to nene man Aliou je nya
Never. I've never known Aliu.
You have never known Aliu Jallow. And then there was a very day you built a relationship.
I never Aliu long, but wolum ena long ena badi ya sabatindi wolum.
biringa tar jele ngamoy ba fala Aliou wolule ngalon Aliou wolule ngalon jallo ti jallo
When I found him there,
ko jallo
I heard people say Jallo, Jallo. That was when I come to know his name.
And you took it upon yourself to pay your own fare without your own vehicle to go back to Kanilai.
And yate fanye kata kanila ke fansum paso jo vitos ani ifansum moto pour kata wo
without his own vehicle. He was paying
asater ko fansum moto table la yata wo blat.
What was so special in that?
Fo mu ne be kanila fa wo tembo la nga kumayandi
pour ka ta kanila je nyala wala kuma ta nyewala ha ci ata mo
to see kanila kata wo that's make it so special for me.
But the second day, did you go around to did you go around Kanilai again? The second day?
For tilipula nyam fane mumuru munta Kanilai la ba.
nga do yaay ka nga bambo ci ben ta nga do yaay nata na wutu
Yes, I walked around. When I saw the crocodiles, I walked around again.
But in your statement, you said you saw the crocodile the first day.
But in that statement, ko ye bambol je tili follow lum follow le futata je.
no fo bar bambol be silo le kan ini bambol be silo ke mo manjam
Yes, I said that, but the crocodiles are on the road. They are not very far from the road.
But Mr. Kora, your intention was to go and help Aliu again the second day.
But Mr. Kora, ela hamo wolum purka futaje wolum flanja wolum kata Aliu makoy.
hani manta
No, that was not what I went for.
manta wala
But when did you start your engagement with Aliu Jallow the second day? When did you start your engagement with Aliu Jallow the second day?
Sorry? You said?
When did he start his engagement with Aliu Jallow the second day? When he arrived? At what time did he start with Aliu Jallow on
Ini Aliu ya doko commencé wati jimala wo flanja kabri futata.
han birin defu do nga Aliou tarje barka bin jita wa nata bankawte birin futa de mankawte ndeman na lo ko tek wala kan tela nati ka fundinare
The second day, when I arrived and saw Aliu Jallow, but people protested when they saw me. They protested. So because of that, I did not stay long.
And you, during that time, you never gave Aliu Jallow a prize.
Wo wato kono le lo wuce suton kono e mang price di Aliu.
Second day.
Hani fula nyaw.
hani birin defu do Aliou ka be nyinin ka do mo le mankawte utumo no denata
The second day when I arrived, Aliu wanted to ask me, and people protested against that. Then I just left.
But Mr. Kora, you said you were there for a purpose. You wanted to help Aliu Jallow because the state was losing a lot.
Mr. Kora, eko ibeje kula kan. Ina ka Aliu mako e kapila suteroto banko be fokam fennel.
ha noje ala birin ayo priaso ke yena ko ko bar birin ta ni do ngatari be mankawte
I was there when I saw him give the price. But this second day, when people protested, then I also left.
But because of your love for the country, why didn't you stay and still help Aliu Jallow?
Itala banku kanu ka mune atine man stay pour ka Aliu mako.
e ndo ke do lawto mo ka do anything kan foku ndi ci kenal
At that time I cannot do that because anything can happen to me.
So will you agree with me that it was not safe by then than the time you pretended not to go there?
Woto ibe son nañu kuma kono ka ko wotembola aman safe pour ya tarije dan di lum folo me itata je.
ha ngoso ni lumule mankaw e mankaw ke ba
Yes,
ko dum
because this was
di ka fa bar ni
this
dum
particular
di lumule
they seriously protested my presence.
So Mr. Kora, you could have gone and visited Kanilai before the sales.
Woto Mr. Kora, isi son ñun kuma kono pour yet iñante nun kata kanila jannin wafiro be kela le abe safe la pour yetaje dan wafiro lunga.
Ani, because men safety and them will be there, more Jama be there. What in Samba, what is safety and
For me, what is safe for me is where there are many people. That was when I took the opportunity to go there.
Mr. Kora, based on your interview in which you say that you decided to choose what you said today, from Basse coming to Kanilai, was the intention that you wanted to enter Kanilai or were you intending to go straight home to Banyon?
Mr. Kora, kabrite be bola Basse, comme il a sedlo kan, kabrite be bola Basse. Etela nganyo fongo munati, fo minum bang, ibe taka Kanilai le bang, pondi ilaftel ka continue kana Banyon.
They will the Banyon le come, Bina come back.
For me, my target was Banjul. My destination was Banjul.
Our Kabringanim Firo Mui.
When I had this sale, I had the intention, and when I got to the junction, Kanila Junction, I saw vehicles transporting cattle. Then that was also when I decided to go in, to branch in.
No, Mr. Kora, I think we have to be very clear here. You said that you had this announcement in Basse.
Mr. Kora, ngamere nyante Johnson yandere. Kati tel ko yekibaro moy Basse.
Ah, ngamo again.
Yes, I had it in Basse.
Ngamo again.
I had it in Basse. It was in me until when I came to the Johnson, then I also branched.
When you heard about it in Basse, what was your intention?
Kabriya kibaro moy Basse. Mune ketila ngani yoti.
Ah, ko ta ngami ral drong bar nata ka nganne baso to bin ngaje motor betaka.
I just thought about it, but for the decision to go is when I arrived at the Johnson.
Thought about what?
Ako kamumira.
Ngo ngakumo moy Basse.
I heard the news information from Basse.
Kabri ngamo Basse.
When I heard from Basse,
Nata kanila Johnson.
I came to the Kanilai Johnson.
I saw
people moving with cattle. Then that was the time I also branched.
So you branching in Kanilai was only the time you arrived in Kanilai, but the intention was not for you to go to Kanilai from Basse.
What etela ta Kanilai, or decision manta kabrim Basse, or decision tata Johnson all. When I saw people moving with cattle, that was when the decision was reinforced in me to go to Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, I think we have to be very clear here.
Mr. Kora,
from Basse, you had the news. There was no intention of you going to Kanilai. Right or wrong?
But ebe Basse wotu mo e manyin decision ta pour kataje
aben kono be ma ametan kono kabinte ki baro moy ametan aben kono de.
I have long wish to go to Kanilai, and when I heard this news, I really wanted to go there. When I got to the junction, I saw cattle. Then that was when I decided to go.
I think Mr. Kora is very clear here, Mr. Kora. In
your
statement on paragraph 2, you said out of curiosity, you decided to go and see for yourself.
Then
that was the time you had the news. Then this one was from Basse, not from the Johnson.
What I come and tell them when you sort of Kabrim Basila, Amanke Johnson. I had information from Basse, but it was when I got to the Johnson, that was when the actual intent got to me, then I branched off.
Mr. Kora, I think maybe I will allow the committee to decide on that. But my other question to you is, when was your first day in Kanilai?
You say what was or when was?
His first day in Kanilai was when? When did you first meet?
Is it the day?
Have you ever been to Kanilai before the sales?
But I don't know history Saturday. What man do from Futatale, it would not in it would return from the Kapu can say in the Nari inside Nari Passe.
So, by any way, unable to see Kanilai?
No. Man, G.
That day I was not able to see Kanilai. I did not even allow it.
Mr. Kora, your fifth statement, number 5.
Mr. Kora, ela kumakang lulun jangato.
You said you negotiations were allowed and prices could be shifted. Can you please elaborate more on this?
Iko negotiation kakele andum price ol mallo burkilina kabri wafiro nyimbe kiel.
Ha wala mnyindinde atarle ako 5,000. Nata 5 kunga enyimu 12,000.
Yes, because for me, I heard him said 5,000, and I told him that this would cost about 12,000.
So during that time, was there any cattle sold at less than 12,000?
Ninsi tarta je men wafita 12,000 e duma ba.
Han into kalama nana tan tega nay nyinin ka men nan so fa.
I am not aware of that. It was when only when he came to me, then I would advise him, then he will go back. But he was the one negotiating.
Mr. Kora, if somebody agreed to buy a cattle, were they not announcing the price loudly?
Mr. Kora, for him more after Ninso San, Fate ala price of the Santoba.
Jallo sa Jallo kara price of San.
Yes, Jallo would say his price up. Allow.
Sila molo ka fo fana ni si wafu wala pa man ni si wafu la man na wala ko.
Wote nyantalo na katun ni ayatra price of Santo. Enyantalo na fabe price fabe ninsi wafula wultan inflay Santo wala duma.
And molo.
No, I do not know that.
Okay, I mean, let me allow other colleagues to come in. Thank you.
Okay, mben kafunyo dol bulala wala yasenke.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Baba mbe ikondon na ila na kunyima. Now we'll speak in English. That is just, yes, that is just to show him appreciation that we appreciate the language he is speaking. Yeah. Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
I understand that through your participation, you were able to influence some of the price tags on the cattle.
Akoila mabe kanela jel a lonne ko understand ko wo ya tinnale ko ni sol kawafinu min ay kudol yele mandi jel.
My question is, do you know the number of cattle that were sold for 12,000 based on your recommendations?
Akala taminyi lonna wala minti ko ni sol no ni si jelle wafuta 12,000 komi idala yamaro kam.
Mawolo.
I don't know.
Are you aware if there was any cattle that was sold for 12,000 based on your recommendation?
For everyone come ya lonne for ni si de jelumba min wafuta 12,000 ila yamaro kam.
Nde a file nka ko 12,000 ay kayto safe atata. But nde wolo file nka ya wafu 12,000.
When I advised him to sell that one 12,000, he wrote it on a paper and went away. But I don't know how things.
My question is, was he at any point aware if there was any cattle sold at the said price?
What do you mean? I bet you are married. The Pundin Silver Nunja mean water 12,000 by Ila Londo come. Boy, you listen mean water 12,000 Ila Londo.
Cabindelo price of foreign. Ha. Then price kilo diala. Sila na nisu koto wafu wala manna wala koto.
I don't know. All I know is that I advised him to sell that one 12,000, and whether he sold others 12,000 or not, I can't tell.
Let me reframe my question. The time he suggested a price, tell him. Was he aware if Aliu actually acted on his advice to sell a cattle for 12,000?
Ila yamaro fo yamaro fo alu nata wo ni so wa ko ni so wa 12,000 ba ila yamaro kam
nga faare de bari yaro ko ma jonte nyaara ka ko ni nyanta wa fa 12,000 da ay karata na katata kewal ko ma jonte nyaara anin kay to lo butante sinna ata
definitely cannot tell. I know I advised him to sell the cattle 12,000 and then he went there. But the money also was not paid in my presence, or I did not see when the money was being paid, so I cannot tell how much it was, whether it was honored or not.
While Mr. Jallo was making a price announcement, have he had at any point when a particular cattle was tagged at 12,000?
kabari Mr. Jallo be nim fokan ko ni sol la karo ni sol la price ni sol nyante wafula min fokan ko minisi do je min wafula no 12,000
hani mawlo.
no I don't know.
Mr. Kora, the information we have before us regarding the sales report consists what you call a valuation report.
Ako kaito be waram kibar to ba de bulujang dipte ko kaito mimbe kaito ko wala ni biro ko evaluate iba ikara jibe nya san yemen pir wo report wala be abe bulujang wo report be bulujang
Usikeno, I told you, okay.
yeah, it could be possible.
Yeah, then put it to him that in the valuation report, we have different cattle, including calves, that were pegged at $12,000.
Ako bimbe bulujang report on the nisi do the calc between calc. And nisi ringol. Be jeni andu ye la wafu la daye wafu minna wala 12,000 andi nisi ringol.
Hanira manga ye wafu menna de damen lo pour ita wafu la. Wo mu wule tannim fulal.
Nisi ring do je la daye da
Anin bisiba.
pour que wafu 12,000 ne bot la report we min subte.
Asike?
And in addition,
It is possible.
And in addition, these specific cattle, including calves, were sold at the set price, which is 12,000.
Abe min fo kan report o min sunoko ni sol min wafuta ni sido je ni sirin dingol le andu ye 12,000 abe ni dingol be ni sol ko min wafuta 12,000
Ndela londo manfuta woto. Kafu ko nyinyi si karu wafu nyinna ya wafu nyinna na manfuta woto because wafu ndena be jam fari nyolal na di toldu sota asin nyininka asidante kan bar silan faye anata aye wafu nyabe nyini kesa be unna londi manfuta woto.
that is not to my knowledge, but I know anytime he was selling this thing, anytime he needed advice, he would come and then obtain advice from me. But then how he end up or how he would end up selling this thing is definitely not to my knowledge.
Mr. Kora, from the look of things during the sales, do you think it was fair to peg a cost of a bull at 12,000 at the time of the auction?
Mr. Kora, ila londo, ila jewoto. Yamira tilimo sitarano je pour ninsi kewo. Wala mbulti ninsi kewo. Kawa for 12,000. Kwa yamira je tilimo be jele.
Nde menda faye ndela miro ni na calculo kono because of ndeli karani sol price sefa la ni ya calculer sefa la wolu sefa be damenna nde damen diala ni so ni nyandale kasawa nde damen dia.
The advice I gave, the price I gave him, as far as that particular cattle was concerned, is definitely the real value and the real cost, because we normally use the sefa to determine the prices of some of these animals or some of these cattle.
Okay. Mr. Kora, you also said you traveled with two other people to Kanilai. That is a driver and another passenger.
Yes.
Is it right to say that you cannot still recall the name of that driver?
So for secure handicap and drive to remember.
Ma I remember na buko ngafa nyami. Nimmenta ta ngolo no musibitin din jawole o bandal sibitin din jaw ni wole tata nyola anin drive bari nga drive jamale ta o period ko.
I definitely cannot remember the name of the driver. I know the third person in the vehicle was called
Sibitin Jao.
Yes.
Jao, and he is late.
But the real name of the driver I forgot to.
I understand he said during such time he employed several drivers. During this period, can he tell this committee how many drivers did he actually hire?
Well, we can put Isa in committee.
As a maybe as a driver, because of Dolby Karsaba as a driver, dan sile ala si tan sile o
Karsaba kono driver tam.
ha kareta because of condition no karake ni ni bota jak
Nga understand.
ni bota jak ndata basi dol buka mi sonna me la ke saje ya ko bina batita saje ni problem o
So ni mina fo si dota.
min mina si dota do sina si jindi ja si say
Yo, knowing that drivers play a very crucial role.
yaro le ko drapo la na bete ya kuwa la do kuma ta ba
I would want to believe that at least you should be able to recall 5 of those 10 drivers that you employ within that period.
ata nya nyin lon ko aketa nyawo nyan dara fa tang wo driver to ko no nyanta lulo tolo no nyanta hakilo nyanta wol ma
ha nga musa tale
Musa
Let him just wait for my question.
okay I'm pare ko so
Yeah, so I just want him at least to share with this committee a minimum of the names of 5 drivers that were working for him at this period of the sales.
akala to min na wala nyin driver jama din sita ko motan alata le yakata at least nan na be to driver luluti isa ko no mole ol tolmo
ha nga musa tale musa keta
was one of them asha
nga lamin ta
Lamin, I also employ Lamin.
Lamin kuruma baro tamata
But then has traveled. He has traveled.
So nga kilo wonde
Bari nga mre ko do ada nyaaw nyaay hakilo si lulu dira.
bari nga kilo ni jeno
Nyem mo fulol Lamin ni Musa.
Musa o dat kilo to kono ma
Ask him, will it be right to say the driver he went with to Kanilai should be Musa Keta?
Any driver member of the Altana Kanila. For Musa Pono le ko wala Musa Keta di.
yes
Yes.
Musa.
Yes.
Musa o baluri
Balure. The other question is, did Musa bought anything while he was in Kanilai with you?
Kabaki Musa
Directly or indirectly?
Tata Kanila. Why friends and neighbor? In actually bambu mo ko ba o kuma do 5 friends and neighbor.
Musa amon fen sandi
He did not buy anything.
Okay.
Musa be motor kono fa
He was in fact inside the vehicle.
My other question is, I just need a verification. I have a phone number that I wouldn't read, and I wouldn't like him to read it, just for him to confirm if he recognized the number.
Ako telephone number dole be bulu ba tan ni lela. Pour ya ko mol le ko po yin telephone number ya su telephone. Ha hani ma ko sant. A jos ipa wa jibe ko ba su dilal. Ani ma ko mol ya.
ani manyin no masuto
No, I don't recognize this number.
Eman number you should. Okay. A better.
Thank you.
Mr. Kora, I was not going to appreciate to come back to the issue of how you get this information.
Malla finun kamurna nyin ko koto ke ko yin information to nyaadi le malla finun kamurna aka kamuru aka.
But considering the fact that when these auctions were done was like 7 years ago, I want to believe you might forget 1 or 2 things. Is that right?
Alo ako ay yin lonko yin firo betel ati sanji woro wula sinyina so alon na ko akata nyawo nyam fo nyina pendol ita beri mema fo pendol be fo nyina won
Asekeno yenyina kuwo dola because of hakilo la nasio. Wo yamera ko wosi soto no leba?
ke do len sinyina
yes it's possible.
sinyina
Fine, because the reason why I am going to that angle is listening to his interview with Talent TV and as well as Fatu Network. He was very specific to say he got the information from the radio, which differs from news, because he said the reason why he said he had it from the news, he got the information from the public in Bassett. This is why he related to a news. But listening to his interviews, he clearly stated he had the news from a radio.
Ako alafta min fola wala minti ko kabrin ibe base kabrin na ite ko ya moy molle ka ko jine be kerin kanilla ya moy molle ka ko mi ngamo bari la ni interview min talent promotion anin ker fatu iye min fujire wala ya moy radio le
ngamo intelle nin ko news ni news mo dron mbako le radio lo ba wala kara news di ya news di bar nda moy no le da. When I say news, it means it is possible that it is from a radio.
Yeah.
What I heard was definitely from people.
No, that, you know, I understand from, let's say, from a Mandinka dialect point of view, we will refer to news as kibar, right? But then again, this news can emerge from a radio or from a TV or from individuals. And in your own case, with the interview you had, you were very specific to say you got the news from a radio. My question is, are you trying to hide anything from this committee that we should know and you feel we shouldn't?
Abe foka wala bande kama do ni ko kibaro wala news wala kibaro okay bari yemi for interview yemi ke talent promotion yemi min dite ite ko definitely ni kibaro ya boy radio le ba fok ne be je daga bim mabo ni komito puri kana lamba
hani o fenti je the reason de la londo fo ni manina o fende tije be mem mabo le ma.
No, I'm not hiding anything as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because if I can recall, a witness who sat on that seat told this committee that you were invited through one of the authorities for the fact that then the marriage amongst the coalition was very cordial. Was this the case?
Ako ayari be mamma hakilo ba kan ko be siri na mo do ne tada nada ka fije ako komito min be nun jango to mo altemo abedi yari ba problem teje so hani bole tonya te ndumba
hani wote amantar diare
no, it was not the case.
Mantari nyoka.
No, we were not together.
But a witness told us that you were invited by an authority to go and support in the process of the sales. Was this the case or no?
Okay, I mean for you.
Okay, put on.
Ako bari mudole ne sita ja ako ine in baile nu komi ye in baile ka ye bunya to in baile ka ta kaninu mako. Pole tonya.
And the man dot.
It's never happened. I was never invited. Nobody told.
Okay, I'm telling. We will go back to records.
Okay,
and we will try to abstract what this witness shared with this committee. And if it is in the contrary to what he told us, we might really bring him back.
Then as possible
neatara wo witness oye memfo ko mola yata samana wo wafir dula membo da man sakunda kon anin ate memfo amanke kelindi woto hanisa mba ko mandila nanne pura yem mako e seneyandiro
sila je pa
ngamo
yo
momo mankili
nobody ever called me and I was
momo mankili.
Nobody invited.
Maybe a very final one. Where exactly does the sales of this cattle happen? Kanilai, the specific point where.
Kanilai, the garden of the big garden.
Okay, in the main yard.
Hi, Alasamba, garden bani, but garden bani, you can say this will ke Funkolo wire.
Garden, there is a big garden, but then the garden was divided, and one portion was meant for the cattle.
Now, in your estimation, how many cattle were found in this ring? Just numbers.
Because of Debitala, 1 o'clock ma alo ye me afu ngam atudu wafuro man damu tanyala wafuro man banyala adu ma ko difana kalo ni nanka mo membi.
No, I cannot tell because I went there by 1 and I did not stay long. And the buying and selling did not start in
you know, that was the first day.
And it never ended.
And you reached at about 1 p.m. By estimation, the first day of sales, were you able to find at least 100 bulls in Kanilai?
Abe menyi nkabo lumo minna nyim follow keta nyim firo foni so min sita foni sikeme o trajele no I did not.
But in your statement you said, if you look at number 3 of your statement, you told the investigators that there were many cattle that you found in a barbed wire fence.
Ako lumo minna inara ye in the investigate kabri be ida ipo le ko yennin si jamale travel je babo ya pen
ngani sol de tarje bari ma koti malo ni sa po membi je malo bebola je malo ni sa po mem fanan traje.
I went there, I found a lot of cattle, but I did not count them. When I was also leaving, I could not tell how many.
Now, he said he found cattle, but he cannot tell the numbers.
No,
my question now is, if like the way it is written in his statement, he said he found many cattle. What is his understanding about finding many cattle?
Sabeni ngaga iko kabri fure yenin si jamale traje so ebuna min woto ko ni ko ganin si jamale traje
ni si jama ya da ko da fotanna fo men si ata wote ya lo ba fo ngani si jama traje adu ima account.
It's possible even if they are 10 in number, but once you don't count you can never tell. What you can say is that I found a lot of cattle there.
No, that is in fact the kind of figures we want to hear. Whether you found 10, 100 or 200 cattle based on your personal estimations, because, no, just let me learn, because if you are able to propose a price for a cattle, you should be able to know, even not the exact number of cattle within that perimeter, but you should be able to have an idea as to, you know, the numbers. Because you cannot determine a bull for $12,000, just like that. You must be able to see what kind of bull you are targeting for 12,000 and how many of those bulls you really tap for 12,000. Because in between 1 to 4 p.m., it's a lot of hours. So meaning you should be able to tell us, okay, I have proposed for at least 10 cattle or 20 cattle to be sold at 12,000.
Kabri tada ite ninsikili ya fuko ninsikili asiwafu no 12,000. Okay, bari alo ite beje kabri wa fofo. So isa fono at least ninsitang also. Wosi nisi jama kono isa fono nyin solsi wafu no 12,000 by omang.
Hani nana ta na me ite nan do no la because of method.
Oh, I cannot tell and I cannot because I did not count them.
Mapot.
Sai mbatu baba. I need all my yitandi. Eta ko menna price o se keno wuli tanding fulati. Eta la miro. Wonyanta kake nisi jallati ite me ya lonko ila miro to e ko wala nyanta kake 12,000 nati wala fo nisi kilin drong ete ya moro di yala wolto ko anyanta ko wala wafi wuli tanding fula.
Nde atalje abe nisi o me wafuka 5,000. Ni anyi ni ta ba fule. Nde tay ko wala ni siata wotile de ake 12,000. Anata bonsin na atata aniya kacha bar min so min fanga bije wotumo yena ko mo famu nda fo do la nyimbu nyirete because of ni mam me yitanna mallo ama ni ngon ndombe fane ala pala woto
baba woto kamala ite ni si kilina taman serai pour ayo wafi wuli tannim fulan aman tambe kilinde
ngam fa anata men fonyi ngam ka sa ko ka nanata na yi nyininka yena ko mo fam menna nsafa ko nyimu nyindal
so no is it that the consultations he made with you for pricing, you also propose other prices aside from the 12K price tag?
Say it again, Honorable.
My question is, you said he will come and show you cattle and seek your advice in terms of pricing. Did you propose other prices that actually varied from the 12K that you proposed for the other bull?
According to the Kanale, a Kenyan, a Yamaro, Yini Bulu. For a sour from coming, it is coming
and Safa, you know, is like no 10,000, you know, is like no maybe 15,000 in Carify. The country. I
did that. I did give him some different prices for different cattle, and then we go. But I would not be able to tell now how he ended up selling these cattle.
That, you know, the idea here is what we're trying to do here is to make sure we have a clear picture of how the transaction had happened.
Lafta min kila or lafta min itandila wala ka long exactly comme ni fiwo pe atata comme aketa nyaadi le.
And from my understanding, it seems you only recommended one price, which is the 12K. However, from the follow-up questions, it seems you are still informing the committee that some of the prices you suggested was at 12K, some at 10K. Is that right?
Yes.
So I come in for them. It is me 12,000. But after another advice to the community, Yanta Wafula min. Correctly.
Another 9 Yininka. Nsafa ko iba Wafula Jinela. Nde Yine de Kraso. Asita Nieta Kacha.
Yes, it was correct. Because every time he came to me, he would ask for advice. Then I would tell him how much to sell a particular cattle. Then he would write and go. But I wouldn't know how much he sold them.
Why and where does the idea of pegging our prices to CFA emerge from instead of Dalasi? Understanding the fact that the sales was happening within the Gambia. Why CFA?
Gambia jang muna tinna nim firo be ke kan wara nin sol or any other firo. Mo ka CFA use ke. Jamu Dalasi banko le. Muna CFA ka.
Yo muna kan CFA use je. Garta nin sol san Senegal frontiero la CFA. Isasano CFA wultan nani. Isasano CFA nankam yini kar kuma CFA. Ni na wo CFA periodo ibo dubela ya bondi ya wafu dala sol.
The reason is that we normally buy these cattle from the borders or from inside Senegal, bring them to the Gambia. And when we come to the Gambia, we definitely have to calculate how much money we have spent in terms of the CFA and also charge the same price. So that we will definitely be able to come out of the transaction.
Mr. Kora, finally, considering the fact that you have participated in the sales suggesting different prices ranging from 10K, 12 to 50K, converting CFA to Dalasi, will it be right to say you have spent more than the time that you told us? That is to say from 1 to 4. It seems you have stayed beyond 4 p.m. to help the team. Is that right?
Akwela taro kanila akamunda time was spent. Because advice ninjimbe piro ikana ika advice nyi wafu nyina hali nyi wafu nyina. So it's about 3 hours lekije. What I am here. It is a taro kanila wo mo anyande tambila 3 hours.
Nsinkali yala na ko ngankali benna to nyala kola. Man tambi wala je 4 o'clock. Man tambi wala je nat. I
can swear on the Quran that this is the exact time I really spent in Kanila.
That you already swore. And we don't have mistrust in you. However, we are just trying to establish facts and also understanding that, you know, it is over 7-8 years. With your age, there might be issues that you might forget. So our questions are coming simply because, you know, to bring in elements that you might forget. But it's not about we mistrust.
Ikalitale already, and akalon ne ko amanke ko manlela kuma kangol. And because ni ko metale sanji wala koman. Alon ne ko ibe min pogal. Ni ade be nyin nyin kara pour ka tonya pintin di banta. Wala mala bara amanke ko manlela.
Yo, since you don't buy anything, I think for me, this is the end of my questions, and thank you for your time.
Okay.
sanje kabri tata wala nyinin karo dan tawo
Thank you very much, Chair. And thank you very much, Mr. Kora, for coming and helping the Special Select Committee.
Honorable me mo benimbara la benimbara pour kana janka mol mako ka kumol sel mimbe kerin ka seneyan.
Yes, apart from Kanilai, that you've explained in very clear terms why you went there, did you go to any other place that belonged to the former president in terms of seeing cattle or any other animals?
Ako Kanilai kola ya fole pana muna ne chata Kanilai. Fodula do be jele be alon ko ninsi wa fole be itata jebang mimman ke Kanilai.
Mama be femfen.
I did not go anywhere and I did not take part in anything.
Yes, in your statement and also on your submissions here orally, you do mention Jallo. Who is this Jallo?
Ila statement to anila kacha to iba ko kan Jallo jumale nyin Jallo ti.
Ngamentar ni suwa fola Kanilai.
This is the Jallo I found selling the cattle at Kanilai.
Do you have his telephone number?
What ala number be bulle banyin Jallo? No, I don't have it.
Have you ever communicated with him outside Kanilai?
No.
Okay. How many? Just 1 second.
Oh, go ahead, Honorable. Oh.
Okay. Mr. Kora, we have information from our witness. His name is Aliu Jallo. And he said that he met with you. And I would like to play that video. So that you can listen to exactly what he said. And then you can confirm whether this is the fact or otherwise. Yes, we'll get the technicians to play that short clip. Thank you. Just a moment.
Conducted. We had specific instructions to you. You were supposed to carry out at the time. And you did more than that. I didn't have to tell you. So you believe that if you do more than the attorney general instructed, you are not supposed to. I don't want the attorney general. When you relocated the former president's family to another house, you did not inform the attorney general. You don't know what like that. It doesn't make necessary. I don't have to take in that counsel. Not only that, because you're not supposed to do that. I did not tell the attorney general. You are not supposed to do that. That is why you did not tell that one. I was taking your opinion. I was taking your opinion. That's your opinion. It's not mine. I'm not giving you my opinion here. The Attorney General was very specific, and he informed this committee that Attorney General said I should
Honorable.
Yes, Mr. Kora, what we're going to do is we're going to continue until the technicians sort out the video so that we can play out. So that to avoid time wasted because it's getting too late now. So we'll continue with the questionnaire and then we'll come back to this particular one. All right. Now, can they stop this video? All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kora. Mr. Kora, during this period of time, how many telephone numbers do you have during this period of time? How many telephone numbers do you have?
Mr. Kora, what telephone number jelle be bulu? They were about, I think there were 2.
Okay, I'm going to give the clerks a paper, and then you can write those telephone numbers for me. Those telephone numbers you have. No, because we are live, and the whole world is watching, and for your own privacy, we think it's better for you to write it for me. So that, yeah. Yes. So let him write those 2 telephone numbers here. Put over here. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kora.
Mr. Kora.
Now, I'm going to go back to the previous question, where I want to play a video, short video that's showing what Aliu actually has said, that you've met with him prior, so that you can listen to exactly what he said to get clarity.
Ko ikana video min play wala coming Aliu min play la karola ko al benta dame anal nyolo nyat kita nyat ha kabina wala play.
Yes, go ahead, let's get the video.
So ngalala mo isa.
I will calm you down. That is my nature, and I will not run away from that possibility. But we went and did the pricing of the couple. And that's it. I think you don't have to worry. You are not the one who had conduct of the sales. The people who are on the ground you found are the ones who have conduct of the sales. So it is not really you don't have to worry. But after that, I have no one with him. Thank you. You're welcome. Would you speak to Mr. Kora in person or speak over the phone? Mr. Kora, and he has come here and assisted us. I feel I need to make him not to worry, but he has no responsibility. As I told you, you are not the one conducting the film. So why are you trying to give assurances to somebody that was not even supposed to be part of the only part in the entire affair? Why do you feel the need to give him the assurance? I assure him I am a considerate person, and for me, you have assisted me. And I feel your name could be, misrepresented in the affair as a human being who believes in myself and who believes in God.
Yes, thank you. So I think interpreter, you can interpret that for him.
Mr. Kora, nyine Aliu Jallo, tika mpono Jallo. Another nun Janne tebe na adi say they are akate kolu.
Yes, hold on before you move forward. Now, is this the Jallo you were talking about? You know Aliu?
Yeah,
thank you. Okay, go ahead.
You know Janne asite jang ayeto akaye kola nung pur aye inbar pur yene makoy ninsol ka price ninsol ka
Yes.
I can't call them. Purianaji, ye mako. Was it? Okay.
Okay. From this conversation,
Ini alivla kachato.
Ali is saying that actually you are helping them
Ako ibe mako ikadnenu.
for pricing of the cattle.
Kono ni so Carol.
And he was asked a question, did he meet you in person?
So abe minika ko aliu nene mita alene nyom alene bentele bang. Kanyo physically. It never happened except at Kanilai.
So you are saying that you've never met Aliu prior to Kanilai, and you have not met Aliu after the sale, and you don't have his telephone number.
Even when for wala mintiko. Janne pure alene aliu alene mamben. Pure pana for alene mamben and telephone number for our table. No, all this did not start. No.
The line, your telephone phone call.
No, it did not happen.
Okay.
Nde ali Jallo ngatari kanilai sansan ko.
I only found him at Kanilai during the process.
Okay. So you are confirming that you have not met with Aliu before the sale, or after the sale, or during the special sitting of this committee. You've not met with him, and you have not spoken to him on the telephone.
So abe men foka wala janning firo da ka muda ening ali mamben firo wala ina mamben abi alman kacha andung jitam para waru ma be sedia di kam ina mambe
Hani naman kacha ta wati kin bring yen to for arajoto.
Okay.
we did not meet except when their name was mentioned on the radio.
Utumole ali wen telephone.
That was the time Ali called me
Akonye ko ibe firo fo kan.
that there is some sale going on,
Bari ite man fenkije.
but you have not done anything in that process.
Nga ite man fenkije de fo ngede ma to mendila.
I did not do anything except to help you in the pricing of these cattle.
Yes. Let's get this clear. The call, when Ali called, was it during the sitting of the special committee, or what exactly happened until Ali called you?
Aliyu ko wati jumale ko mun ke ko aliyu ko ko woni commissioner ya do stand up ko mun aliyu ko wati jumale
Hani utumo commissioner man start.
no, that was before the start of this commission.
Kabrin fenke Ismail Sise di amuta arajoto.
When Ismail spoke on the radio,
Utubole da ayen call.
that was the time Aliyu called me.
So how did Ali get your number to call you?
Aliyu telephone number so do nyaadi
Sila malon de ma fatata atodu.
no, I cannot confirm how he got it.
And you know, Mr. Kora, you know, we are able to get, if you want to, the call records, like whether you call or he call you. Since for the past few years, we are able to get that.
Ako fo min non ne bang ining Aliyu al ko min ka tanu altem isi wo no o ko dole boy wolon ne ba.
It's also to know when you barnal ali ula diabo keta wo pri.
I know you can get that, you can get the call record, but my conversation with Ali was only once.
Okay, thank you. Now, on his statement that he has given us, on number 7.
It is from a statement where mean the number 7.
I'm going to read. It says,
go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
during my visits, I only saw the sheriff once. He was seated with his team writing receipts. Apart from him and Mr. Jallo, there were security officers present as well, as members of the public. Okay. I did not exchange contacts with anyone, nor did I receive any form of compensation. Now, this sheriff, who is this sheriff you are referring to?
Wolo mu atodu penketi ni ngaji je kunya tabali.
Okay, so how do you know that he was the sheriff?
Ngamoy jallo le ya.
English.
I heard Jallo saying it.
Okay. Now, do you have any kind of conversation with the sheriff?
Nama konfenso.
I have not had any conversation with him.
Did he ever call you, or have you ever called him?
Doto nene ma call.
Doto, I've never called him, he never called me.
Nene man call.
Okay, thank you. Then the other question I have is the cattle buyers.
Ninsi Sanal.
Do you know any one of them?
And mel nata je volunteer fulol mel tarje ani nga mol mel tarje mailo.
Those that came there, I do not know them.
Did you make any referral? Because since you are involved in the cattle business in the Gambia, and you know cattle business normally like Abuko, Birkaman for the most part, and maybe and some other lumos, do you refer anybody to buy any cattle from the sale?
Ite delta wafirol kabrim marcel to fo lumol to. Mo somebody taman se di jela pura eta sandiro ke jeba.
Ani.
No.
I
have not referred anybody.
All right. So thank you very much. That's all I have for today.
Abarkabake. Ntangola sotaji.
Mr. Cora, based on Alejandro's statement or his audio,
Mr. Cora, Alejandro kumakankang.
He said that you were worried when you heard your name. And then he called to assure you have nothing to fear.
Sorry?
He called to assure that you have nothing to fear. Because you are not involved in the sales. Is that correct or wrong?
Yes, he told me that. He said you did not do anything there. You are not involved in the sale.
So were you worried?
It did not worry me. I was not worried.
So why the call?
Huh? I really do not know why he called me because I did not call him.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kora, I have only 2 questions.
Mr. Kora, I'm going
my first question is, why did you suggest 12,000 for a cow which is big, which is healthy, and is nice? Why did you suggest 12,000?
It is the cost of the cow, the cow. That's why I said that.
Yes, but you are thinking of selling that cow based on the market value.
But it doesn't mean so you want to marcy or carol.
But the market value for a big cow, a nice cow,
but marcy to mean so many awarata.
We want sold at 12,000.
Moto wafla will tell you
12,000.
Moto wafla will tell you Wotembo. The cow I saw, the one I sold him. In my own estimation, I think one can buy that at 12,000 that day.
So, for example, that cow was his cow. Would you sell that cow at 12,000?
Yes, that's why I told him that.
Okay. My other question is, you went to Kanilai twice. But when you were there the first day, you said the barns were not happy with your presence.
Yes.
So you left.
Ibotaje.
Ha natata.
Yes, I left there.
But the second day,
Barlum fulanjang kotenke.
you decided to go back.
Imurta kotenke. Yata kamurje kotenke.
Even though you know that the people, the crowd is not happy with your presence.
Hani ayatari la londo be into ko mur man kontani ila tarola je. Yes.
But then you went back anyway.
But wo be fana iminata murje kotenke. Yes, I went back.
What motivated you to go back?
Mune murundije.
Pour kata hanimbi kajera ko long kata je.
Yes.
Wolu ngalo e kamfata pari imam paraw. But nani last time
just to go back there to know the place, because that day they were angry, but they did not protest. So it was only on the second day that they protested.
Yeah, my question.
Na kumakan labang, nyininkar labang.
From your interviews.
Ila interview menke
with Kerfatu, especially with Kerfatu.
Surtout Kerfatu television auto.
You said I have announcement here.
Iko yakibaro moy Jagne.
And when that was due,
and kabring wato in sita,
I went there.
Mtata je.
That share was in your house where you are holding the
kabri ko don jandro wo yayita ko ibe damen to wo tembola même ni le korda kono ti la suwo kono ti
that's what we are.
wala tinna ibo dinkiraton no
ngamo base
I heard it from Basse.
It nata yentari nabumulo kono jambiri na.
They came and found me in my house.
Yes, I know that. But I saw
no
the announcement here when I was here.
Ari tebe jabirolo wato iko ngan kibaro ni moy Janne.
Wala mu okay, wala mu yati ngonga amo yati. Pari kumo Kenya la moti.
That means in my home, but that's how just to put it. But I said I had it here, my home.
Mm-hmm. So you had the information at your home.
Yeah.
But
you have
information at your home, but it's not a radio announcement.
But what the saying a confirmation on you sort of for Yakibaro Moyale, but a monkey radio announcement. Yes.
Not in the street, yes. Mm-hmm. So you did not have information on the street.
Woto monkey baro for a moisilo kande.
Gongamo ya nabiti ko lo mu yati nabiti ko to basi.
Yes, I had it in my home. Yes, wherever you are, where your shop is, where your home is, you will call it your home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gongamo ya.
My place.
What I'm saying is, you had the information.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Not an announcement.
You just have a kibaro ko ala announce kibaro. For example, kibaro ni announcement be you
heard it from people.
From people.
Not over the media.
Amanke ko yamoy newspaper wala kibar gundal.
Okay, thank you very much.
Abarkaba.
I just started here. I want Mr. Kora to help us here.
Mr.
The Maninka language.
Yes.
The word nya.
Yes.
And in Nabitigo. Which is, I did the same, Mr. Kora. Nya, when we say I means home.
Ako Mr. Kora, iya woni nabiti kola for mo kilin na tibang ako niya mo iya wo mo na suwo kono
hani ndeli ko iya ibe dawo da ni la biti ko lo mu hani la bali lo mu iba fa le iya tambe iya
for
can you call in Mandinka? We are considered now. Can you call me
hani nda fa le jamu iya
no I will not call it iya
my iya today ni neblato ni meje benna biti ko la yala benna asilo ka benna korda ko no yala benna bu ko no yala
if I'm in my shop It's my year. It's my home.
In your office?
It's for year.
Mr. Kora,
I think
but I think, I mean, more susu.
Yo, official new for young Alexander for Telegraph.
I mean, Nico, woman's work.
Pitiko and South for year. You come on even to men of Pitiko and Bay Yard.
I mean, it's different. Because I mean, how to play. What I want is you I want you to help me there, because when you say if I come to say where are you, you say
ako ninge kumani nke ko ibe minto ekanye ko mbeya ko munete
mbeya nadulato ndela dulato mbeje. It
means my place. That's where my place. You can call your home my place. You can call anywhere my place.
Mr. Kora, when you came here, you gave us 78. Is it where are you staying in Banyu here? Where are you staying in Banyu?
Number 16 Bokul Street.
You said number 16 Bokul Street mean yeah. If you said not Bitiko, not Albert Market, Bitiko, I use Bitiko, but not yeah.
Cabrina, young number di mola, Quebec Sabatirin Diamond. Ni atere ko yawo ni atere le Bitiko be Marseille kon Albert Marketo kon. Eta ko iya Albert Marketo.
Ibedame ni bedame ile bulalam. Ikra ko le iya.
Where place belongs to you, where you are, if at all that place belongs to you, you can call that my place, my home. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's contextual problem.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh. Come to the end party.
Mr. Kora, how are you doing?
If you want to.
So, thank you, Honorable Chair. So, Mr. Kora, I just pick up from where Honorable Sal stopped, and then we conclude for today. You've given us five different points or 5 different instances in which you learned about the news of what was going on in Kanilai and when you decided to go to Kanilai.
Mr. Kora, laftale Mr. Honorable Sarialo Damen nga kumasi wot. Ya bunda lule di mola. Me ya yita puri ite futa Kanilai nyadi na wala kibaro so ka futa Kanilai nyadi.
The first point was that you had it, according to your statement, you had it in one of the towns on your way. In one of the towns on your way from Basse to Kombo. The other point you said you had it from people around the garage where your shop is located in Basse.
Adominyinti iko kotenke ya moy mulla ila bidikoto kabri bela bidikoto ya moy mulla men ba foka ila bidiko balaje ba foka ibe kuma ko nyin foka ka wafiro kuma ko foka.
You said you heard it in the news.
In iko kotenke ya moy kibarol to.
You said you've heard it from the radio.
Iko ya moy radio to.
You saw people at the junction in on the way to Kanilai or on the way past Kanilai, you saw people coming out of Kanilai with cattle.
Eko yamol fananje kabri for Kanilai Johnson or yamol nin so je kabanan Kanilai ma fangala.
You've said your house, which you've now concluded that your shop is part of your.
Saintem kotenke iko iya men yaita ko ila bidiko fanambo yala kono.
Which one should the committee believe?
Sain committee belala jimala tala min kono.
Afa ngambe kenda statement.
He said what he put in the statement.
So what you just told Honorable Sar, that one is not true. We should set it aside.
Woto akamunte yemen fo honorable Sare woke manke tonya de ngoda bondije.
Yalo ya nteli yalo mu ani nabiti kola yena ko famu ani basé tela ni biti ko nyimbe basé.
You know, for us, my place and my shop.
Yeah.
For me, I have my shop.
Yeah.
All this implies my place, my home.
Mr. Kwara, I'm sure you know, because at the beginning of your testimony, the chair of this committee had read out a statement to you, warning you, or I'd rather say cautioning you about the consequences that follow giving false information to this committee.
Mr. Kora ngamere hakilo be nyinkanko kabrimbe na kacha kumasela chairmano ya kuma kon karanye membe dending ka kuma fonyin committee memman sabati.
And that statement is not a cosmetic thing that the committee just does at the beginning of its proceedings.
And woman ke kuma kanti men committee ka don dankoron kunyala nyinya ni be kachabunda yele.
Where the committee finds that at the end of its work, finds that you have appeared here and given the committee false information or concealed information from this committee.
Nin committee yala do ko parendi anata nyin kalamuta ko ite nata jang bari yakumale fo committee memman soto wala yakumale mabo committee oma menyanta tarla committee la londoto.
It will attract very strict and serious consequences. That's it. Thank you. Honorable Chair, that's all I have for the witness.
Okay.
Sorry? Yes, if the witness, if Mr. Kora has any remarks to make, then he can do so now. If not, then we can conclude.
So, Mr. Kora, ni akumakan soto, idala pala kameng fo, idala akumakan labaonto, isaita.
Yo, afoye mbe itempila jaila.
I thank you all very much.
Katu nyibemu banku dalalet.
This is all part of nation building.
Itelme fanki jang.
You did not put yourselves here. It is the people that put you here. A thing like this, to investigate that, I know that's not a problem. I know that it is only the truth that will last. And I'm sure that's what you are on. But the one thing, it's not easy to deal with human beings. For a long time, we have been seated to say something that is not true. It may happen to me, but I will apologize you. That whatever I said, if in the event I said something that is not true, for the fact that because of maybe because of the way I put it, I do apologize. Because I have not also, there is nothing that got me into this other than to help. That is the reason why I thank you very much. You are doing it for everybody. May Allah reward you all.
Yes, thank you. Just to, since we are closing, just to remind the witness that lying on the oath is a criminal offense in the Gambia.
Mbe kacha da soronda menna lafta donka ke hakilo bulandi nyina ko kafaniya fo kali ikali rin kola womu criminal offense let.
Yes, because he's an elder and I don't want to infer anything that's what he has said.
bayitem alfalti malafika so taje ila kuma kanwala tenden.
Yeah, but if it is determined that any of your statements was untrue, that's a criminal offense, and that the committee cannot do anything about because that's perjury.
Bari ni ayatar ko nak do ko konola anata sabati ko ite mem fo jang wo man sabati wode o manke committee la control do ko silande loi le betama ka wot.
Exactly, and that's why I wanted to make that very clear to him.
Wala atina lafta kayita pour soma kamma nin ku ko mol nata sele ko kunnin kan loi ya mem fo loi be baral men nambe barala wol.
Okay.
Yeah, we thank you very much.
Okay.
Nyeten du bak.
So it appears we have come to the end of this session.
Akamunta sai improta liro sitiata tonga improta ko bandula.
We thank him very much for his cooperation.
Ila songo anila munyo ni watu bela.
And he is now released.
Wato sai yamfate mala isetano.
Thank you very much.
Abarka baka.
Okay.
Minto ba banjul jale. Ani bar sainte.